Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast, West Denver. Here's a quick message from our sponsor, Local Works Wheat Ridge, provided by its Executive Director, Paige Piper.
Local Works is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to make Wheat Ridge a more vibrant and sustainable place to live and work. Our mission and action is programming that provides neighborhood revitalization and small business support, keeping and growing the businesses we know and love in Wheat Ridge. In simpler form, we provide connection. Connection to business, connection to community.
This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Meg Smith.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast, West Denver. Today I'm here with Melissa Bauknight from the Nova. Hey, how are you?
Hi, it's so good to be here.
Yeah, so good to see you. I know that folks listening can't tell, but we can actually see each other. So it's fun to fun to see your smiling face.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. So tell our listeners all about the Nova.
Yeah, so this has been, this is a business that recently launched. It's a community for really intentional professional women. So we serve visionary entrepreneurs and more impact-driven, purpose-driven corporate women. And it's something that I've known about that I wanted to create for like 8 years, but a lot of life had to happen for me to feel like I could hold the level of support that we really desire to bring forward through this community. So what we aim to do is to support these professional women personally, professionally, and spiritually. And we do that through virtual events and local events, as well as very thoughtfully curated connections within the membership community. And then we have a back-end Mighty Networks portal where they can get resources, they can talk to one another, we can organize them into groups and things like that. So we are getting kicked off in the Denver area November 12th. That's our big launch for what we're calling, instead of chapters, constellations, since the Nova is like a star. So we are kicking off our local chapter here in a couple of weeks. So it's very exciting.
Yeah, super exciting. I know, I'm so proud of you. I've been watching all of your, services kind of and coaching, and this is great.
Yes.
I love that you're, the constellation aspect and you're bringing people together in person. It's fantastic. So tell everybody a little bit about your background. You've been on this journey and, how you've come to the, service of the Nova.
Yeah, so I have been out in the working world for about 20 years. So I did 15 years in corporate. I did a lot of medical device sales, so a lot of sales and business development experience in that, which was so valuable for what I'm doing now. And then I started to dig into like, who am I? What is my purpose? What are the beliefs that are mine? What doesn't belong to me? And really started to break out of these boxes that never felt like they belonged to me. And so I've been on a real awakening journey, both personally and spiritually and professionally. I guess every part of my life, a big part of that was becoming a mom that had me take a look at how I was living my life and, how I wanted to spend my time really intentionally. And so I ended up exiting the corporate world 4 years ago because of a thriving beauty counter business that I had built. So I've been involved in network marketing for 8 years. And so really what's at the backbone of that is building relationships and community. And I got to do a lot of leadership training, a lot of developing workshops, so like helping women with their mindset, helping them with their vision, helping them execute with intention. And through all of the years of my personal, spiritual, professional growth and my actual lived experience, I came to realize that we kind of have the same core desires across the board as women, especially professional women, and we have the same struggles. And, we don't want to feel alone. And a lot of times it can feel really isolating when you are, just in general, I think it can feel really isolating. But especially when you're chasing something that feels so much bigger than you, we want to be supported. Like really supported. We want to be seen. We want to be able to be like our raw, real, vulnerable, like unfiltered, unpolished, unperfect selves as like a normal way of being. And we want to have fun and we don't get to do those things a lot. And so I just started to think of like, what were the things that I love the most? What were the things that changed my life the most? And being in community with women in a very specific way. It's not just like gather together is not necessarily enough. It's how you are being when you are together that is the differentiating factor. And so when we went to build the Nova, I was like, we need to prioritize connection and safety above all else. So people can really come here and feel the difference, because it's not about like what we're saying or our branding or any of that stuff. It's like, how do you feel when you come here? How do you feel when you leave? Is this something that's filling your cup? Do you feel deeply nourished? Great. Then we're doing our job. So it's really been, this is an embodiment of my whole life. And it's really and I built this with a big team of people. I'm not proclaiming that this is something I've done alone at all. I would be in a fetal position crying if for the case. I mean, I've almost done that a few times anyway. It's been a lot, but there's been an incredible team of us that have brought this to life, but that's why we think it's so important.
I love it. Oh, this is so exciting. So why do you think folks are going to choose? I mean, I think you've pretty much already said it, but we'll say it again anyway. Women will choose the Nova over other types of, like wine nights or book club or, other things they could be doing.
Yeah. I don't even necessarily want them to. Mm-hmm. So I think that's another differentiator, is that we're really operating more of a feminine model of, why do we have to compete? Mm-hmm. We want to be able to find other communities, organizations. Have 10 things that you go to. We don't care. We really want you to be doing the things that fill you up. So that's my first answer, is collaboration is a huge component of what we're doing, whether it's within the network that's a member of the Nova or even outside. So we're looking at, what are the aligned businesses that we want to cross-refer or have affiliate relationships with? What are the other communities that women can plug into and be a part of? Because we can't be everything to everybody. Mm-hmm. But I do think what I said about the way that they will feel when they're in our community, I'm not sure of any communities I have yet to find one that are really doing what we're doing, personally, professionally, and spiritually, and prioritizing, like we call them our agreements of like the way in which we be together. And I think that feeling safe to be your whole self is a very big deal. And it's something that we don't just say lightly. Like we are bringing in people who are trained in neurosomatics, which are like experts in the nervous system and the body, and women who are, who literally curate connected experiences for a living. And so we're really bringing in subject matter experts of, how do you cultivate safety in a room? And how do we pull that through every single experience? And that is something that is really unique about our organization. But please still do your wine nights, do your book clubs, do your things. But we will provide a unique flavor there for sure.
And I think that's great, like the safety in the room, because you always have these thoughts or experiences or just struggles that you just don't feel safe talking about in a lot of environments. And then you're just stuck in your head and, you're not able to, grow through that. And so I love that statement.
Yeah.
So tell us about any hardships or challenges. I mean, I know this is the culmination of your life experience. So I know anything that has been challenging has contributed to this, but there might be in the growing and developing of the Nova something that, was a challenge that you felt like really made you a lot stronger.
I mean, I am so in the thick of this right now. I'm like, can I say everything?
Yeah,
so
you can.
No, it's not true. I think the thing, so we are organizing our community in 12 different themes. So we're creating a journey for people that are in our community. And this month's theme is the freedom to be your authentic self. And we did a call yesterday. So we have a free networking call that we do the first Wednesday of every month. And it's all about like forming those deep, safe, meaningful connections around a themed conversation. And so we talked about, what does it mean to be your authentic self? And the woman who was facilitating had me tell my story in 7 minutes, which, I could have talked about it for 700 minutes. But one of the things she asked me to talk about was, what is the risk of being yourself? And I, of course, because I drop into vulnerability for a living now, like as I was telling it, I started to cry. And I was like, it feels like everything is risky. Like when you choose to honor yourself and to build a business in a way that's out of the box. Like we are not doing this with the patriarchal capitalistic rules that everyone has been told that we have to do it by. So we are really embodying our values. And as I've had to learn to do that in my own life. So, having conversations with my, like being myself everywhere in my life has felt so risky. Like I'm going to lose friendships. I'm going to lose my marriage. I'm going to lose my financial stability. I'm going to lose my professional acumen. I'm going to lose, you feel like you're going to lose for whatever reason. It's like we're taught that by being ourselves, we're going to destroy our whole lives, or like everyone else loses when you choose you, which is such, can I cuss on here or not?
It's such bull crap.
Untrue. Horse cocky. It's not true at all. And so I think it's been really embodying me has been so hard.
Yeah.
And I think it's hard for all of us. Yeah. So that is, that's a big one, but I think, the more we just want to feel free to be ourselves. And if we can't do that, then we feel trapped. We feel like we're not in our purpose. We feel anxious. We feel like this unrest. And so, when you're building an organization with that as the entire backbone, then it's my number one job to be that in my own life. So no big deal.
Hey, this is, it's like you're inside my head right now.
Right?
I get you, girl. I get you. So let's see we have the news of the Nova just launching, but is there anything else? Like I know the event was November 14th.
November 12th. So 12th, we have, yep. So what was the rest of your question? You said we have the event,
just launching. Any other news around it. So go into the details about the event and then, any other seasonal information that you want to share.
Yeah, absolutely. So we launched virtually September 28th and a really epic virtual experience. And then we are doing at the Club of Rolling Hills from 2 to 6 p.m. on November 12th. Our local launch event is happening, and that's called How Dare She? So really to parlay off of everything that we've been talking about. And really it's how dare she rest? How dare she ask for a pay raise? How dare she actually honor herself? How dare she listen to her intuition over somebody else's opinion? How dare she, And it's all the things that we all want to be doing. And maybe we're doing it secretly, but we'd like to be celebrated publicly about it. So that's the theme. And it's a really meaningfully curated experience where women are going to get to connect with one another, leave deeply nourished, but also feel like a really empowered BA leaving that room. So we would love for people to come. We're doing buy one, gift one tickets. And we just want it to be really nourishing for you and get a feel for what this community is about. And then beyond that, that'll be the launch of our local Constellation membership. And so women will be able to join the Nova, and our website's thenovaglobal.com. And so they can join our community, and we'll be doing monthly events every month, except for December, because it's too much, we really want to honor balance and rest. And so we're doing that. You're welcome. So we'll start in January, and we're going to start having a monthly signature event, and then the community will grow from there. But the events are part of the membership. And we want people to come and just feel nourished and have a luxurious experience where they're taken care of personally, professionally, and spiritually. And so every month they can come to the live events here, and then also tune into any of our virtual calls to be plugged into these kinds of conversations and these kinds of women.
Excellent. I love it. So how do you think the Nova will get involved in the community aside from providing the events, and welcoming women in? What are your plans for community involvement?
So we are looking at a lot of other communities that already exist here. We're looking at Tara, for example. We're working on a strategic partnership with them. We're looking at, there's another organization that I won't mention yet, but they curate different BIPOC and women-owned businesses. And so we're looking at how do we bring in those resources so we can really thoughtfully refer other people in the community And then we're also working with a company right now to build out an affiliate strategy, because we also believe that like we can all feed each other and we deserve to get paid. As women, we get to actually be financially successful. So we really are building an infrastructure for an ecosystem of cross-referring each other. So community is everything. I mean, it's the whole backbone of this. And so we're looking at what are the creative, innovative ways in which we can link arms, partner with, and give back to our local communities.
Awesome. And then what do you do? So we'd like to get to know you too on these podcasts, not just what you're doing for, professional endeavors, but what do you do for fun? Share a little bit about you.
Well, currently I chase a crazy puppy around the house. So we just got a 9-week-old puppy. I have a 6-week-old. Nope. I have a 6-year-old son. And so we're doing a lot as a family, around the puppy and my son's activities. But I am a person outside of those roles. And so I love, actually this business is literally everything that I love. So I built a business around what are all the things that I would love to be doing in my free time. Like I love like juicy conversations with girlfriends around the campfire. I love international travel. Like I absolutely love exploring the world. I don't like to go to the same place twice. And I find deep pleasure in researching locations and like every detail about where we're going and like getting to know, the area that we're going to. I really feel my most self and in nature. I love being hiking and, we live in Applewood. And so I'm up on South Table all the time. And whether it's hiking or we love to camp. And finally, it's something else that I've recently found to be very fun. I've been learning a lot about the sacred feminine, and my mentor does ceremony. And so it's a lot of like personal spiritual growth where you're like going in and, dancing together and celebrating together. But I've really had a blast being in ceremony around the sacred feminine with other women. And that's been new this past year. So, I just need extra hours to do all the things that I love.
100%. Yeah. There's so much in there, so much good, like, engaging and fun stuff. But yeah, it's hard, right? We just need more time. I 100% agree.
Yeah. That's why I was like, if I can build fun as a core thing into the business that I'm building. So the events that we're doing are awesome. And we're doing all these like fun, soul nourishing things. Then I don't have to feel like my fun is separate.
Yeah.
In any area.
Yeah. I love it. That's awesome. Okay. So how should folks get in touch with you? Restate the website, maybe any social channels. What's the best way to get in touch?
Yeah. So our company is called The Nova Global, and that is our website. And that is our Instagram handle. So The Nova Global. And if you pop on there, you'll see what events we have going on. You'll be able to check out the membership and hopefully feel seen, like we're inside your head, because we are you. And we really aim to have you feel like you are seen and understood. And so that's the best way to connect with us. Come to the event on the 12th if you are available. I'm not sure if this is going to be airing after that, but if it is, then
no, we'll get it out ahead. Yeah.
Perfect. Then December 6th will be our next opportunity to connect on our virtual networking call. And December is all about building an ecosystem of support. So whatever speaks to you, we would just love to have you in our community. And one thing that we always say to people is you are a Nova. And so whether you are joining our community officially or just being a Nova in your life, a Nova is when you take that light inside of you, that bright light, and you let it shine and you let people see who you are and you go out and be yourself in the world. So whether you're officially a part of our community or not, you are also a Nova. And so we we and honor you. So that is, I'm so grateful to get to talk about it. This is really fun.
I'm grateful to hear about it. I'm just having the best time over here.
Great.
Well, thank you so much for being here. We'll have to do this again, maybe do an update, early in 2024 and share more of like the upcoming events. So this won't be the last that you hear from Melissa, everyone. But thank you so much, Melissa, for being here. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpwestdenver.com. That's gnpwestdenver.com or call 720-295-9588.